Hi, the skill today I'm going to be showing is a dependent supine scooting of a patient from side to side, up and down, and with a three-person team of lifters. This is all done without a draw sheet. This is important for preliminary movements before more complex transfers, such as moving from bed to wheelchair or from bed to a walker. It's also important for positioning of a patient for better comfort to prevent things such as pressure ulcers or contractures. When you approach the patient, it's important to be wary of obstacles that you could encounter, such as pillows. You also want to be wary of tubes and lines such as IV lines or breathing tubes. Hi Nick, I'm your physical therapist today. Are you alright if I remove this pillow real fast?
Yep.
Alright. I'm going to be moving you from side to side today. Are you alright with that motion?
Yep.
Alright, so now that I've obtained consent from Nick, I'm now going to be showing how to do a side to side scooting transfer. This is done in 3 steps. For the first step, I would position myself about at his upper body section, and I want to be aware of my own body mechanics. So I would bend my hips and flex my knees, and I would have a large base of support and keep him close to me for a better mechanical advantage with my arms. Firstly, I would use my forearms to support him on his upper body, supporting both his head and neck, and my other forearm would support him under his back around his mid-back section. So. Alright Nick, I'm going to move you on the count of 3. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, 1, 2, 3. Next, I would move him around the mid portion of his body. I would have one forearm under his proximal portion of his pelvis and the other forearm under the distal portion. Alright, I'm going to move you on the count of 3, Nick. 1, 2, 3. And lastly, I'd have one forearm under his thighs and one under his legs. Alright, 1, 2, 3. To move him the other direction, I would position myself the same way and scoot him away from me. Next, I'm going to show how to scoot him upwards on the bed. I would flex both of his knees so that both his feet are flat on the table, on the bed. I will position myself around his mid-chest section. I would position one forearm under his upper body, supporting his head and neck, and the other forearm under his mid-back section. Alright Nick, I'm going to move you on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You want to lift up so that his scapula raises just above the bed, and you only want to move about 6 to 10 inches for safety. For the next motion, I'll show how to do a downward scoot of a patient on the bed. I will position myself about the hip section. I'll have him slightly less flexed than before. And same motion, just with the forearms on either side of his pelvis. Alright Nick, are you alright with me moving you down?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. You move him down 6 to 10 inches, just like before. And you let his legs be flat. Are you alright with that position?
Yep.
Alright. Lastly, I'm going to show how to do a 3-person scoot. It's important as the lead therapist to communicate with your assistants how to have proper body mechanics, such as flexing your hips and knees and having a proper squat. You also need to show where to best put your forearms. So I would have the largest and tallest of the therapists be up at the top for the best control, and I would be at the middle as a lead therapist to best communicate with my assistants. So Dave, could you put one forearm under his upper body and supporting his head and neck, and the other forearm under his mid-back section? Rob, I'm going to have you have one arm under his thighs and legs, and I'm going to have my arms under his either side of his pelvis. On the count of 3, we're going to move him towards us, lifting and scooting. 1, 2, 3. On the count of 3, we're going to move the other direction. 1, 2, 3. And lastly, for up and down, we're going to move them upwards. 1, 2, 3. And back down. 1, 2, 3.